Hi everyone. Now we're starting lessons 3 and 4 together. Okay, lesson 3, parents and offspring. As we took in lesson 2, what's meant by offspring? Okay, now we'll just take an example of that. Okay, let's read together in page 15. All types of plants and animals can make more of their kind. These new living organisms are called offspring. All offsprings are similar to their parents. Offspring look and behave in ways similar to their parents. Young zebras have stripes and they eat grass like their parents. Okay? This happens because parents pass information to their offspring before the offspring are born. This information determines traits of offspring will have. Traits are characteristics or features that make an offspring look and act the way it does. For zebras, the pattern of stripes on their bodies is a trait. As we can see the picture here, we will find two zebras. Both of them have stripes, but if you look, you will find the shape of these stripes are different. They are not similar. Okay, you will find it, but just look at the screen and try to know what's the difference between these two zebras. Offspring usually get some traits from their mother and some from their father. In this way, the offspring are not exact copies of their parents. All zebras have stripes, but not two zebras have the same exact pattern of stripes as we said. Some traits passed down help plants and animals survive. Zebras have strong, large teeth that help them to bite off and break down the tough grass found in their habitat. Okay? Now let's talk about different examples and how they survive and what are the traits they take from their parents. We will start with the first one, which is zebras as the paragraph. Okay? Young zebras have stripes and they eat grass like their parents, as we said. The pattern of the stripes on their body is an inherited trait because they take it from their parents. The stripes help them to survive as they confuse some bugs to prevent them from biting and make them sick. So these stripes, they help them to survive in the nature. They help them to stay and live longer. Okay? Let's try it with different animal. Here we have two more, giraffe and swans. The first one, let's start with the giraffe. The offspring inherit the long neck and long legs and colorful or colored pattern. As we can see the picture here, they have this long neck and the long legs and the same pattern, the brownish one. The long neck helps them to survive. They help them to reach the leaves of the tree so they can eat it. So this trait help them to survive, help them to get their food. Okay, the next example was the swan. The offspring have feathers, long necks, and the same shape of beak, as we can see in the picture. These feathers help them to fly, and the beaks, they help them to catch their food, to catch the fish. Okay, beaks are inherited traits, so they can catch their food and catch their fish to help them to survive and live longer. Okay, so this is how the traits help to survive in nature. Okay, now we're starting lesson 4. Lesson 4 is talking about how can we plan a story. Okay, before writing any story, you should know 4 things. First, you should set your characters. You should know who we're going to play or who will be in this story. You should know your characters. Then, you should know your setting, when and where, when it happened and where it happened. Then, you should have a problem. You should make a problem. Then, you should know how can you solve this problem. So, to write any story, we should know 4 things before starting writing it. First, we should know the characters. We should know the setting, which is when and where. We should know the problem, and how can we solve this problem. Okay, now we have these 4 things. Let's start writing the story. We write the story in 3 parts: the beginning, the middle, and the end. In the beginning, we should say, or we should talk about the characters and when and where it happens, okay? We should give this opening thing. We should know who's going to be in the story, what's gonna happen, like any movie or cartoon you've seen, okay? After we say that, we should start with the middle. In the middle, we say all the action, everything that happens in the story, okay? We should know what's the problem. This is what we're writing in the middle. Then at the end, we should give the solving, or we should solve the problem. At the end, we should say what happened at the end. Is it a good ending or bad ending? Okay, we should know the end is the solution of the problem. Okay, so we write the story in 3 parts: beginning, middle, and the end. This is it. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.